With the advent of AI, it's really interesting to see how people are fascinated by how we train these algorithms, these massive, almost living computers, and how we're dumping tons and tons and tons of information into them to get them to spit out the answers and the problems and the solutions that we're looking for based on the prompts we give it. But what's really funny to look at it by comparison is the fact that we often overlook that we too have our own personal algorithms in a way that shape our behaviors, our choices, our interactions with people, and so many things in our lives. So first and foremost, let me just specify and define what an algorithm is. Quick Google definition says that an algorithm is a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem-solving operations, especially by a computer. In this case, your brain is your computer and it's running on an algorithm. You have a personal algorithm built into your brain based on the life that you've lived thus far, which is going to dictate the actions and decisions you make moving forward. So all your actions, all your words, all your decisions in life are generally guided by your personal algorithm. If your life is going really well, then you have a fantastically well-designed algorithm. But if you're struggling with things like dating, social connections, impulse control, organizing your life, there might be some faulty coding in your algorithm causing you to get off the path you're looking to get onto. While this is not entirely your fault, it is our responsibility to address and rewire our algorithms. So where do our algorithms come from? Well, our algorithms are trained on data in the lives that we live. Since the day you started forming memories and interacting with the world as a child, you've been drawing connections of cause and effect between lots of different things, both in the internal world and externally. All the experiences, the interactions you've had, the environment you lived in, the people you talked to, the times that you got rejected, the times that you were successful, the times you had a good day or a bad day. All these things are feeding information into your algorithm, much the same way that we feed information into an AI model to get it to do what we want it to do. So in this case, if you have a habit or pattern of making the same mistake over and over again, difficulty with impulse control, having trouble in social connections or in career advancement, or if you're easily triggered by things that you don't understand why it's bothering you in the first place, these are all signs that you may have some faulty coding in your algorithm. Another way of thinking of your algorithm could also be defined as your inner child. Personally, I'm not much for this inner child vernacular and vocabulary, but it is an accurate way of essentially saying that your behaviors and your instincts and your actions are all guided by the information you were trained on growing up, which has turned you into the adult you are today. If you're chasing the wrong things repeatedly, you're just chasing things that your algorithm is telling you to do. Oftentimes, we're very good at spotting the flaws in other people, but struggle to see our own. This is partly due to our ego, which essentially was designed from an evolutionary perspective to protect us in a way. It's protecting your identity. It's protecting behavior patterns that are functional enough so that it keeps you alive, even though you may not be thriving in life. Personally, my own algorithm has a propensity for procrastination at times. It has a habit of wanting to eat junk food here and there. And it also had me chasing many, many women in my dating life who had essentially father wounds. Very often I found women who came from divorced families who had difficult interactions with their fathers. Why this is and why that whole thing is more to do with my own personal story, which I will explore in another future video. But to say the least, that it took me a long time to realize and start to change the type of women that I would try to engage with in a romantic way. And even in those moments when I'd be engaging with these women who may have come from healthier backgrounds where I'd done the work to try to improve and heal their old traumas and wounds, I would actually feel a little bit of pushback from myself, almost a bit of resistance and lack of interest towards these healthy women because my own algorithm was fighting my trying to change this behavior. So then the big question for me to ask, well, how do we fix this? How do we change our algorithms? Can we change our algorithms? Well, the short answer is yes, we can. Is it easy? Fuck no, it's not. Your brain does not like it when you try to tweak with the coding and change the wiring. However, there are some simple tools you can start with in an attempt to start to identify and change the behaviors and patterns in your own personal algorithm. First and foremost, journaling, tracking your daily behaviors, your moods, your interactions, what made you happy that day, what made you sad that day, what pissed you off, what triggered you, what made you excited. Keeping a general list of who you are from day to day will change as you will change from day to day, depending on your mood, depending on your behavior, depending on how you slept that day, depending on your social interactions, depending on all these things, will start to give you clues as to how your algorithm functions by seeing it across time. And you can't identify and change patterns if you can't spot them. The second thing would be to try to seek out people in your life that you know you can trust that can help you externally to identify patterns in who you are and how you operate. This might be a coach, this might be a therapist, this might be good friends and close family. This is most definitely the people in your life that tell you the things that you know you need to hear that you don't like to hear. Getting external feedback is a fantastic way to start identifying what your behaviors and what your patterns look like and what kind of data your algorithms have been trained on in order to start identifying where you need to start focusing things to change things. So in general, if you're looking to improve your career advancement, looking to improve on your dating life, looking to improve on your impulse control, stop procrastinating, get things done, odds are these are all characteristics of what's going on in your algorithms protecting you and trying to prevent you from moving forward because it doesn't line up with the software. It doesn't line up with the coding of what you've trained it on so far, and thus have to try to start training it on new data, much the same way we do with the AI models, to start improving it. So let me know in the comments below. Are you able to spot the patterns and understand your algorithm? Or could you use some help in learning to identify and rewire them? If this resonates with you or someone you know, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and follow me on any platform you're catching this on. Share this video with someone who might benefit from it. And until next time, be well.